instant contact.
Oh my gosh, wala ka practice, Artie. Why did we do this? And we are live. Good evening, everyone. This is Jake and Precious.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing? It's currently 5 p.m. in London, UK, and we are broadcasting today on a Saturday evening. I hope you're having a good weekend so far. So, I am Precious, and this is Jake, and we are the managers and owners of this business page. Thank you for following us for 2 years. If you've been here with us from the start, thank you for tuning in. Actually, we wanted to just do a celebratory go live this weekend because it's our 9 year anniversary this week on like during this love month of February. We actually got married on Feb 14, 9 years ago. So, we are hopeless romantics, I would say. And we just wanted to come on today to just share a bit about us. So you'll get to know about us if you're interested to know more about us. And yeah, if you have questions later on, please drop a comment. Even now, if you're watching live or even later as replay, please comment down below which time zone you're watching from, what country or city, because we are so excited and interested to know where our business is, reaching around the globe as we do this digital business. So,
Yes. Mm.
yeah, enough about me. I'll just ask my husband. Actually, we didn't really rehearse. This is very much spontaneous. So bear with us, and yeah, it should be just a light chat. But we like talking in person. I know there's a lot of nerves on camera, but yeah, just say hi to us in the comment section. And I hope you enjoy this short live stream. Right? You want to introduce yourself?
So just like she said, my name is Jake. So originally, we're both from the Philippines,
Yes.
and I went here in the UK around 2010. And I'm actually a nurse. I work as a nurse, then turned photographer. Then we became married. Then we got married. We had kids. So I had to concentrate on looking after the kids. Then after that, opportunity knocks on our door, and I became a full dadpreneur.
Yes.
So doing this business while looking after our kids as well. So yeah, it's like I've done a lot of like different kinds of things, and I've learned a lot. And I think, as they say, experience is the best teacher. And I think it helped me a lot, and for me to grow and to be more mature
Mm.
in how I think and how I see life. So yeah, I'm grateful to all the experiences and all the things that maybe like shifted the things that I wanted to do. Like sometimes
Mm.
plans doesn't happen all the time, right? So
Yes.
we should learn how to like I think that's what God taught me is like learn how to ride the waves. So if you're
Mm.
like a surfer, we learn how to ride the waves of life. So
Yes, I mean, we have different roadblocks. Not everything that we really want happens
mhm.
most of the time. I guess that's what he said. Experience as a teacher, and obviously not just that, but people who you have been blessed to be around with, they can also help you learn about life and what I mean, you can learn from each other, right? So it's really great to be in relationships. And just before we carry on, so that's Jake. I think we have a commenter. Can we? So if you
Yeah,
wanna click that,
it's there.
we're still no. You have to click it. We're still getting to know this platform. Yes, Peter. Hi, Peter. Hi, Jake and Precious. I'm watching from Israel. Happy wedding anniversary. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
it's our
watching
ninth
live.
year.
Ninth year. Yes. Thank you for watching it from Israel. So yeah. So Jake said a bit about himself. Let me do a brief introduction about me. I know most of you maybe probably would know more about me than Jake because I'm mostly what do you call it? I probably share
She's
more
the
about
front runner,
myself.
and I'm the behind the scenes. So
I'm the front desk person of this business. Anyway, so I'm Precious. I'm actually older than Jake by 2 years. There's a funny story to that when we got married. So I'm 2 years ahead of him, and he doesn't forget to remind me every
I
single
always
time.
remember.
Like even if we have shows that we spent watching when we were a bit younger, he would say, "Oh, I was in high school, and you probably were in uni." So he
Basically, that's
always
her generation, and
so
that's not mine.
he's
So
always reminding me that I'm ahead of him. Anyway, so I'm a nurse by profession. As he said, I'm Filipino as well. I'm Filipino British now, and I'm a mom. We have two kids, and I'm normally an outgoing person. So that's where Jake and I differ. I think he's more introverted. Am I right?
yeah, I
Yes.
like staying at home and save lives.
Save lives. Okay, that's relevant in the past 2 years. But yeah, I'm more of the outgoing, friendly type of person. I'm the kind that you probably can stop to talk to, and I'll probably feel warm to have a conversation with. I do feel sometimes I'm still awkward, but I think that really depends. It's a two-way. But normally, I'm quite quick to have a conversation or a light chat with anyone I meet. So that's like me. I'm quite cheerful. Um, yes, we worship lead together. That's probably one of the main kind of trigger how we met is because we serve at church. I sing and Jake plays guitar, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I play guitar.
Yes. And again, we have an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old. Like they're our kids are 8 and 6. And yeah, they're getting really quick in growing up. So okay, so that's a bit about me. Okay, how did we meet? You want to talk about?
So how did we meet?
I
So
think he's more brief with his answers. I'll let him
yeah.
start.
So like she said, we met at a church. I was playing and like playing guitar. I do sing sometimes, but we just want to forget about it. So,
Sing.
so yeah, so that while I'm playing and she visited our church, I think we became friends, and we became really good friends, and we really like talking about like worship, on what we want to do on worship, or like what's the new song, will this work to the congregation, or do you really
Yes.
like this song? I think that's how we jive, and we just like vibing with each other, and like doing and like researching new songs, and like she's teaching me as well, because not really a singer. So she's like teaching me when I have to sing at church. So when they don't have a choice and I have to sing, then she has to come in and teach me some stuff. I think I've been very grateful to her, and that's I think that's the main reason we got together, because we were very good friends at first.
Yes.
Yeah, best friends. Yeah,
Yeah, so we actually met at church, really, yes. And being in the worship team actually brought us closer together because we were problem solving. We were really kind of visualizing what we wanted in the team and all that. So we became good friends. And okay, I don't think I need to add anything to that. How long did we become girlfriend and boyfriend? Just brief. I don't want to be too mushy. I don't know if we just wanted to kind of maybe touch lives if possible, because it's also the reason we did this business is to, hopefully with our stories and our experiences, we'll be able to inspire other people like us who can
yeah.
resonate with us, right?
Mhm.
So I'll answer this a bit. We kind of met so straight in when I joined that church. We became friends so like a year before, and then we started dating, we became serious the kind of the just roughly a bit a year before, no, sorry, less than a year after we got to know each other. And I think we just were together for what, October, November, December, like 4 months, close to 5 months. So that's how it quick it was, because I think for both of us we met each other in the perfect time, because we were both praying for our married partner at that
Yeah.
time. So we were in that mindset that we want the next relationship to be that, that person.
Mm.
So that's probably why when we prayed about it, and we both prayed about it separately, and then what God confirmed to us that this is the right relationship that we should have. So we went all in. four
Yeah.
months
Yeah.
4 months, and we got married.
Yeah, and true. It's like just like I've said, we started as very good friends, because in reality, um because in the Philippines, you like you court the girl, you do the harana thingy,
Ah,
and
oh
you
my
you
gosh.
do all those stuffs. Because I'm not really particularly like good at it, and then I really don't know much. So it's like, um I like being with the
What?
lady with me. It's like it started with a friendship first, because because if you're friends, you're not really like showing your best foot forward every single time,
True.
hiding your flaws. But when you're friends, when you're really good friends, and you're like really best friends, it's like, I think I've watched a movie, something like that, Love, I think Love Actually, that he
Okay.
married his best friend.
Okay.
So I think, um because when you're really close as friends, like, for me, it's like it's more natural.
Mm.
I think that's just my opinion. You have your own opinions that.
Yes, share to us actually what you probably can comment. If you want to share something as well, we can read that. Could you mind taking that down? Click it again. Right. Um. So yeah. So I think everyone around us thought it was a whirlwind romance, but actually for us,
It was very
it was
serious.
serious.
The
So
conversation was like, I told her, if we're gonna engage in this relationship, you do understand. I need to make you understand that I'm not looking for
mm.
a girlfriend. I'm looking for a wife, because I don't want to waste my time. Let's
Mm,
like, it's not me telling me let's get it over with. It's not that. It's just
yeah.
that, um I I value my relationship like that, because it's, I
Yeah.
want to make sure that it's worth it,
Yeah.
and I don't want to play around and looking like something like that. It's just, I take my relationship very seriously. Maybe you can consider me very old school. At least chivalry is not dead, right?
Shout out to people who are
Yeah, I'm
who
very
still
old
believe
school,
that
so I
old school.
apologize for that.
You shouldn't. I think we wanted to start out as real, and we really wanted to, yeah, just do. I mean, you can always listen to other people, but um yeah, you can choose who you listen to as well.
Mm.
And of course, be guided by God. So I think that's what we did. And look at us now. We are 9 years down the road, and it's been great, right? It's not easy. It's never been easy, but it's been great. And we are so blessed in our marriage. Okay. So we got married here. Fast forward, how was our first year? I don't think we had any honeymoon phase, I would say.
Hey, it's always been challenging. You always were like, there's challenges after challenges. So it was like, at the same time it's fun. It's the same time it's difficult, but it just build your foundation ever stronger, because like, um it's like a goal being refined. Our relationship is being like that's being tested, and at the same time our faith in God is increasing.
Yeah.
Our love for each other is increasing as well. um I think it's having uh stand the test of, like, even if just 9 years of, like, maybe it's just very short at the for other people, but it's like it's a really good foundation as well, because we learn from one another. We grow from one, like we mature. we
Mm,
we learn individually, but at the same time we learn together. So that's very important, and at the same time we know that God is in between us every single time, every challenges, every blessing that we have. So I think that really help us. So I think one of my devotion is like, uh I'm always doing Bible in 1 year. Shout out to Nikki Gamble. So
if
so
if this ever comes around your way
if he
online.
ever saw this video, so I'm just kidding. No, the reality is like he was like saying we should thank God for all the trials as well, because since experiencing trials we grow and we mature, and we our faith increases even more
Mm.
when we face trials. Yeah.
Yeah. So, any struggles that we can kind of share to you? Maybe some of you would probably have a similar story. We don't want to go into deep, but just a few of the kind of main challenges we experienced. That's why we said it's never been our first year, and the coming years after we're not like honeymoon phase, all lovey-dovey, all happy, you know. So one is because we are immigrants in a foreign country. We're currently in the UK, as we said, and we both migrated here more than 10 years ago. So that was our main concern is, visa issues, trying to get the British passport and all the pounds, the thousands of pounds that you have to spend in order to
All the
get.
transactions
Yes,
means pounds.
all the applications. So roughly, we have to kind of renew our what do you call it? Our visas, 2.5 years each time, and
Mm.
because we had kids in the beginning, so that's two more people who are trying to get that through. So you can imagine the stresses of financial struggles, which I think is not unusual for married couples. I think at some level all of us experience that, because we have different lifestyles, right? But for us, the common trend here, if you're an immigrant, the visa fees are quite high. So that was one of our things. And of course, that led to some financial struggles,
Mm-hmm.
which again, I think, having the
it's
foundation.
it's very similar to other people. I
Yeah,
think a lot of people will be able to relate if they are in like living in abroad or working in abroad.
yeah,
Yeah.
agree. So, yeah, well, how did we get past that? I think, of course, trusting God, I think that's really the main ingredient for us. It's because we feel some of our problems are way beyond what we can overcome. So it was really important for us to have faith, people around us who were encouraging us and empowering us, relationships around us. What else? Of course, practically, we have to work, we have to prioritize, we have to make life decisions. Especially because we had Zoe after a year of getting married, and then shortly after 15 months, we had Chelsea. So it was one thing after the other. That's why, and we don't have extended relatives here who can support us in,
Like
transitioning.
child
Yeah, to
looking
help
after
us
the
with
kid.
children, to give us a break, to have a date night, all these things that are essential for married
It's
couples.
very rare for that date night, but thank you, friends who volunteered.
If you're watching, thank you for giving us that space to be with each other on our own. I think it's very much a battle to stay present with each other if you're so busy doing the things, all of your roles, duties as a parent and as a provider as well, right?
Mm.
Because sometimes in another country, some of the roles get swapped. Whoever is more practical to be earning at that time because of what job they can do, that's also important. So sometimes we have to juggle things, which we also experienced firsthand.
Yeah.
And it's not I think you just have to know your own. I mean, sometimes we are so scared that other people might think wrongly about us or might judge us. But at the end of the day, your family is more important, and
Yeah.
real people will stay with you if they really love you, right? uh,
Yeah. It's very important to understand for us that time is like we're not people pleaser, we're God pleaser. And at the same
amen.
time, it's very important that we prioritize who we listen to, and who it's like when we open our ears to like of course it's very important to hear criticisms because they're very important and help us grow and learn. But at the same time, there are criticisms are not just constructive criticism. It's just there to break you down, or like it's just uh absolute, it's just an absolute negative. So
Mm.
if there's such a word, it's like, um so we can open our ears to those like criticisms that will help us, and those
Mm.
negative criticisms that doesn't really help us, or like help us mature or grow up. It's just we just ignore them, because at the the reality is like, it's how the internet really works. Because
Mm.
there's a lot of negativity and bad vibes in the internet as well. But
Yeah.
at the same time, we cannot just vilify the internet, because there's a lot of things that are very good with the internet, especially where for us as migrants. Our family are in the Philippines.
Yeah.
I'm an only child, and when my mom wants to talk to me, she can just FaceTime me, Facebook, you know.
Yeah. Messenger.
And if she wants me, if she wants, if they want to see their grandkids, they I
Mm.
can just show them with Facebook Messenger. So there are pros and cons in the online, but we just have to learn how to live with it, like the positive and the negatives.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, just again, choose the people who you allow to influence you, not just yourself, but as a couple, because you're partners now. Yeah, when you're married, it's different. You have someone you have to think of constantly about because you're partners in life. So, which is a struggle at first because you're very different people. But if you continue to work hard on your relationship, to make it better, to make God as the center, and just to learn, forgive, love, trust, hope, and keep the love alive. I mean, you've got the best person to be with for the rest of your life. You have a constant companion. So that's one of the things that are what one of the perks of being married, right? So again, we did touch on childcare. So as we said, we had children first part of our marriage, literally after a year, and then another one. We were
Mm.
actually shocked when we were pregnant again the second time. I'm like, oh, how could we do this? But yeah, it worked out well because they love each other. They're besties. They just enjoy and amuse themselves, and nowadays, you don't really have to, especially with the pandemic coming by. Like, it would have been disastrous if we had just one daughter. So it was
Yeah, she will be bored to death. My
yeah, so she's
goodness.
having a second one was really a blessing, although it was hard work in the beginning. We didn't know what to do with ourselves, so we sleep trained. Okay, for parents out there,
Yeah.
especially living away from family, no childcare options without paying for it. We really advocate for sleep training because it really gave us time back when they're sleeping, and keep our sanity and function, not just as a parent, but also invest in the time with your partner, right? Any other comments about childcare?
Yeah, I think it's very important that we shouldn't be caught up too much with looking after the kids. I know they're of course they are our priority, but if, like she said, sleep training them and helping them, like keeping them entertained, because like we said, we have two kids. So like for example, now they're playing with each other while we're doing this,
Yes,
because
perks.
they were able to like to play. They grew up in understanding that they get used to like playing to each other and just having fun with each other, instead of like just busy doing or if she's alone, she's really like, because when Chelsea was still a baby, she was really really bored, and Zoe really wanted to go out. But I told her, I cannot, like I cannot bring you out because it's raining outside. We can only stay inside. But she was like really 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 bored, and it's just you can see her, and I pity her, like holding the glass door, looking at the park, because we live near the park before. So she was just like looking at the park, and daddy, I want to go out. So yeah, yeah, like she said, it's very difficult at first, but if you help them and guide them well, it's just very painful, because you see your kids crying because you love them so much and you don't want them crying. You want to carry them and you want to hug them, but it's just this discipline that they really need at a young age. But then you will benefit and they will benefit as well.
True.
When they grow a bit. So I think that's very important. We need to understand that there it's heartbreaking when you
Mm.
see your kids crying a lot. So but we need to learn how to discipline them.
Yes. Okay. So, what has been good in the 9 years that has come past? We are besties. Hopefully, it comes across on camera. We tell each other everything, I think.
Yeah,
We try to be honest with each other.
yeah.
He's my constant shock absorber, and he grows me, like, literally, because I think differently. He's very mature, even if he's younger than me. He helps me think in a different perspective, which I think everyone needs. Because you don't want to wallow in your own what you call mindsets, and and your mindsets can be wrong, right? And if no one is really telling you, it doesn't help you to grow and mature. So it's really yeah, I really like that part wherein I can get to grow, even though it's painful sometimes when someone tells you what's wrong about you, or what like, not nitpick, but like lovingly and gently telling you what can change, what can I do so that I can also do my part, right? What can
Mm.
you say about being partners in life?
I think if I think one thing that I really appreciate is like because I always think logically,
Mm,
and I am like very much of a thinker. So I think her being that emotional and giving me advice about like on how say things to be more gracefully. I think that's very
graceful.
important because um uh, like in the Bible said, it's like grace before salt. I think I'm very much blunt on whatever I say, but I don't say it to anyone else. Uh, I only say it to people that I have developed a relationship because it's not for me to make fun of them or to hurt them. It's just for me. It's because I love you and I care for you. I will tell you the truth,
Mm,
but at the same time we can always say in a better way,
yes,
like there's always a
I
graceful
agree.
way, in a better way on like when we were trying to say a constructive criticism and when we're receiving one as well. So I think that's one thing that really helped me as well.
Yeah, and it's not just about that, not just the growing, but also spending time with each other, having someone constantly with you in life. So that's really one
Yeah,
good perk.
if you're gonna ask what we did on our ninth year anniversary, February
14
14.
Valentine's.
Yeah, our
Yeah.
Valentines we're learning a song.
What did we do?
We were learning the song that we're gonna sing this
Oh
Sunday.
yeah, we're singing
So
tomorrow.
that's our fellowship, and that's like our like that is not something that's boring for us, but because it is something that really excite us, and
Yeah.
really we were like studying the songs that time, and I think because one of our like dream
Yeah.
when we got married, it's like because we love music together, and like I just said, maybe we can have more time in practicing and worshiping God, and
Mm.
that's one of the great things that we did last January. Other than
Feb. You mean?
Fev, other than like really relaxing and chilling
Yeah,
at
chill,
home.
chill day.
Yeah,
Okay, personal growth. I think we touched on that already.
yeah, we did that.
Let's talk about faith. Any other words? I think we have kind of touched that a lot throughout the talk today.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think it really makes our bond stronger, and I hope you also find that in your relationships, that if you submit everything to the Lord, He will help you, I don't know, with everything: how to love, how to forgive, which are all essential, how to communicate, how to
Hmm.
put others needs before you, how to be humble. Oftentimes I find myself um being selfish, like when you look in yourself, some of the things you do, so I'm speaking for myself, is that, oh, it's out of just personal, what, gain. As much as that is bad in what do you call it, it's not nice to hear. But yeah, if you look in yourself, sometimes you have all the wrong reasons, or all the wrong foundation why you do the things that you do. So it's really helpful to have faith and to channel the love, to each other, because I think no one really knows how to love until you found Jesus, right? You found Jesus.
Mm.
Anything about faith?
Faith, I think it's my foundation in everything. It's like um, the things that really help me and guide me as well,
Mm-hmm.
and how my worldview is. It's because of my belief in Jesus, and it just gives me so much hope, and it gives me so much reason to love people. Like, not just like saying, "Oh, I love you," because it's just passing. Because "I love you" is an overused sentence nowadays. So
True.
but really genuinely love and have compassion to people. It's like um I think that's what faith really helped me. It's like to grow in love in other
Mm,
people. It's like not just like she said, because it's not, I'm not that kind of guy who's like very interested in any drama or any issues. So it's like, it's your life. I'm gonna back
you
away.
do you.
You do you.
I
let's
do me.
let's mind our own business. It's like, but we are not created in this world to not just care at other people, but we're here to love each other and to take care of each other and to be
Mm,
like just helping one another. I think that what really helped me and guide me, and just how I think. And like I've said, faith gave me so much hope.
mm,
um this is not just about religion, but it is my relationship with God.
mm.
And I will always be grateful to our pastor Wolfie when he said, yeah, when he said systematic reading leads to specific
Leading.
leading. I think when he said that, I did not stop doing it, and my life has been more hopeful, and
Mm,
at the same time peaceful as well. So I think I felt like I kind of relate I kind of relate to Jesus when he was sleeping during the storm, because that's my devotion today. It
okay.
was raining and it was really hard, but he was like sleeping like a baby, because
Of peace.
he has peace in his heart. So I think that what really helped me as well, because like she said at the beginning, our life is full of struggles, battles,
Mm,
but at the same time, because God is there for us, I think we were able to sleep well and
yes.
have fun and live a blessed life.
Yes. Oh, before we proceed to the others, do you mind clicking those comments? The next one. Hi, Glocky. Thanks for watching. I can't remember which country are you from. I know you're from Europe. Thanks for watching. And Louisville. Hi, Laville. Good morning from Canada. Good evening from London. Thanks
Yeah.
for watching us. So yes, we've touched on faith. So a bit about career and what we do now. Just to wrap up. So again, I said earlier, I'm a nurse manager. It Sometimes I struggle with work life balance, and this is why Jake roots me, grounds me, reminds me of overthinking about against overthinking, against worrying a lot, and overworking. I think I'm always in the past. Click that way, please. In the past 3 years since I started this job, um, it's been quite challenging, I would say, because you are balancing from your own workload, managing people, handling issues and incidents, um, and of course healthcare. With the last 2 years, it's been quite challenging. So to be a leader in that setting has been tricky for me. So Jake helps with that. If I have difficult decisions, I would run it past him. He wouldn't tell anyone else anyway. So yeah, I always seek advice from him. And then how about you, Heart? We actually call each other Heart.
So
What do you do
like,
at the moment? Just to touch a bit, we did say we're running this business. That's why this business page exists. We are the managers and owners of this page. Um, and so far, since we started in 2019, you have been a full time dadpreneur, right?
yeah, so other than like doing the business, I'm their full-time chef.
Yes.
I'm their full-time like PA. TA, teacher
What?
assistant, because of the pandemic, because of the world situation, that's the last past 2 years,
Mm.
it's like I was
Has it been
there
2 years?
teaching them,
Yes.
having two devices, and like I'm teaching them one after the other, because my wife is working, so I have to
Yes.
be the teacher at home. I have to watch the videos on how they made the solution and how they had that conclusion. So even if I know the math or the arithmetic, because we're Asians, right? We know math. But the thing is, they have their own ways now. So I cannot
Yeah.
just do whatever
True.
I know. So for me, what I'm doing is like I have to watch the videos first, then understand what they're saying on how like they want it to happen.
Yeah.
Then that's how I'm gonna explain it to my daughters.
Yeah.
So for me, I think I've spent most of my days doing that.
Mm.
And you know a lot of things at home, it's like, yeah, if you're a Filipino, you know that I'm tigasin.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
it's tigasin, it's tigasaing, tigaluto, tigalaba. Yeah, other than the
Uh,
online business, I'm the
chores.
tigasin. Yeah, I'm doing all the household
Chores.
chores here. So
Yes, and we do the so in our business, he's the techie guy. So
yeah,
he's set up all of this. He's a photographer by background, so he's got all of the skills already in him in
yeah, I'm
order
doing
to
all the editing as well,
the video editing, what else?
the
Content
photography, content
creating,
creation. So
conceptualizing videos and any
so
content that we have. He helps a lot on that. And sometimes when I write,
yeah,
right,
script writing as well, in case that we
he
want to do something
for
for an
ads,
ads.
yes. So he helps me a lot in that way. But even though I'm the front runner of this business in a sense that I'm mostly the one posting and sometimes you see more of me, um yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that and juggle everything else in our family life if one of us had a structured 9 to 5 job, right? So because I'm a flexi kind of sometimes it's not set. I struggle to go home. I've said this in the past videos because, as I said, because of the demand, sometimes I struggle to really go home on time. It's a constant battle. So I don't know. Shout out if that's one of you out there. If you're gonna watch this later, if you're also like me who can't go home sometimes. So we thank God that this business has given us this degree of flexibility, and we will touch on the business more in our next live. We plan to do this more often, hopefully.
And will
Uh,
be more prepared, hopefully.
yes. So I hope you still had
Probably.
enjoyed this live, and hopefully you found more info about us. If you have been watching us and trying to get to know us, what we do, please don't hesitate to connect with us, and send us a message if it's something if there's something you want to talk about after this live. Either maybe just to be friends, to have a chat, or also to progress in the business. We'd love to help and mentor and support you along the journey. But yeah, we'll set the business aside for another live because There's more to talk about. There's so many layers of what we do, how our family is, who we are, and what we do, and what we can help you with in the future if that's one thing
Mm.
you want to do and start working online. But to end, everybody, again, comment where you're watching from later on if you haven't managed to catch up. Is there any further? Okay, let's flash Liz's comment. There's another comment before we end the live.
This one first.
Hi, Liz. Can you read, please?
Hello, Jake and Precious, watching from Dubai.
Hi.
Hi,
Oh, we're so
Liz.
global. Thank you, everybody,
Yeah.
for supporting us. Okay, any advice to any couple, for couples out there like us who can probably relate to our story? For me, so we have like annual marriage related dinners at church, which really
Mm.
helps us, like, I don't know, have more
Like, It's a
insight,
it's a marriage
lessons,
course.
like a marriage course. One thing I will never forget, which I actually put up on our fridge door, is the concept of the couch principle, wherein you talk about problems, um, not like putting you apart. or in between me against him, because me sometimes, because of my insecurities and my background, all of my baggage, sometimes I feel I have to win, like I have to defend when we're arguing. I feel like I have to defend myself, because yeah, so it's more of like me against him, when in fact the problem should be like we're in a couch, we're sitting like just now, and we're
Mm.
looking at the problem, and we're solving it together, because we are in this together, we're a team. So that was such a great insight for me, as a wife, that he's not against me, he's for me, he loves me. So why would I think I have to win against him? So I think that's one advice I can probably leave you with, if you're a bit like me. I know I'm not the only one. Yeah, that's probably one thing I can share, that look at the problems as something you have to tackle with your partner, and not something that should put you apart. Anything from your side, Heart?
I think for me it's like hashtag pride out, humility in.
Wow, okay.
So keep your pride out in your relationship and keep your humility in your relationship, because it's very important to remember that we're not there to win the argument.
Mm,
So it's very important that we understand and we remember when we got married and we got together,
yes.
and all those happy moments, that that life is not just a bed of roses.
Mm.
Even a roses has a thorn. So at the end of the day, we should learn and understand that there will be struggles, but at the same time, if you keep your pride out and wanting to win the argument or proving yourself right, and you
Mm.
keep the humility in that relationship, is that you know um it's better to say sorry than like I don't
I
know,
said,
maybe
I
writing
told you
your,
so, or
yeah,
something like
writing your
that.
divorce paper after. So it's like because that's how I think, that's how I see our relationship. It's like whenever we have an issue, I'm not just here to win the argument or just
Mm.
to be right or to prove that I am right, but I am here to help us grow together, to learn from our mistakes. And of
Yes.
course, the secret to forever is not that easy. But
Wow.
not a lot of people wants to tackle that. It's easier to like just give up. But my mama didn't raise a quitter, so I'm not.
Mm.
It's like it's just my opinion. It's like other people can do whatever they want, but for me, I value my relationship with my wife, especially my wife, and then my kids. So
Mm.
yeah, but making sure that this is not about relationship or religion or anything, but making sure that God is in the middle of relationship, because it gives a different perspective of, yeah, yeah, because if you read it in the Bible, that how much Jesus loved the church, because the church is like the
The
bride
bride.
of Christ. So how much he loves the bride, the church. So you'll see how a husband should love a wife.
Yeah, we have a perfect model,
Yeah.
right? In Jesus. So anyway, thank you for watching. Wow, I thought we were just gonna chat quickly, but it's been 43 minutes, and I hope you have found some tidbits of information that you can use and apply in your lives. And thank you for connecting with us. Please stay tuned for our next one.
That's a bit of a rough start, but I think
We did well. We did well.
we'll get used to it eventually.
Thank
Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in, right?
Yes, thank you so much. Bye from now from us. Bye.
Bye.